I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
That's Booby.
And Vita and Chip and Culpy.
What's this?
Oh, I was trying to bring up who did this one with us.
Thornspawn Chalice? No, we already did Thornspawn Chalice.
Oh.
We just did
right,
that one.
It's this one. This is from Daniel. Poor Daniel. He had like so many that he had paid
That's
for.
fine. Well, we've done it now. Bringer of the Sixth Son from the Covenant. Nexus Polaris. If you wonder why the name changed, no, I haven't. Symphonic Black Metal. Okay. I like symphonic black metal. You didn't like the last black metal song we did. It was too true cult for you. By the way, y'all, I'm rocking a Gershok shirt.
I don't know. The guy that did it even said he wasn't too much of a fan of the vocals.
Well, yeah, I didn't like the vocals.
That was my opinion of it.
All right, so we've got the $75 Patreon tier where if you...
No, it's 75.
I just said 75.
You said 35.
I said 75.
Well,
but
it's all recorded.
Exactly, and this is exactly what we were talking about yesterday, so I cannot wait for you to watch it, because I know that you're convinced that I said 35,
I am. Okay.
And this
There's only a slight possibility because I was putting the earphone in just when you said it.
I am so happy that you said that. Okay, so there is a $75 Patreon tier that a person can select that will result in us listening to a song. So... it is not the only way, but it was originally intended actually for bands.
Yeah.
So
if you had a band and you wanted to have your band reviewed,
correct,
you could go on that 75 and get some exposure.
Correct.
And people kept asking, hey, is there a way for me to have you react to a song that's not a local band?
And I said,
Like,
no.
I can't. I just can't on my moral convictions. I was like, babe, if they want to do it, let them do it. He's like, no, I can't do it. And then somebody was like, can you please react to this song? Like, I don't have a local band. And so I brought it to him. He was like, sure. And then more people were doing it and more people were doing it until Vin lost to Sori.
Bringer, I won't this time though. Once you rewatch the video, you'll clearly hear me say 75.
No, because I'm the editor, so I can fix that.
Bringer of the Sixth Son, the Covenant. Let's do it.
Oh. I thought you were gonna talk more. And go.
favorite part of the song.
Yeah, the vocals in there. The female vocals, yeah.
Don't tell me I can't sing. Bunch
You
of
can't
haters.
sing.
Bunch of haters. Yeah, you were saying that. You were making fun of my singing in one of my videos. You bum. Huh? Okay, so that was Covenant.
Is that a thing with black metal? Is it kind of ends like all of a sudden it's done?
I don't know.
Because we listened to two of these recently and they both kind of just ended.
Yeah, we've listened to the literally the same amount of black metal.
Well, I can't remember the other songs. I just remember the two that we listened to most recently.
Yeah, I don't really know. So I'm not sure. But what'd you think of the song?
I like this one much better. See, this one, the vocal style, it was black metal. You know, it had that like sound to it, but it didn't sound. It didn't sound comical to me. It just sounded, you know, he had more of the voice for it.
What's funny to me is that I don't really understand how this is black metal other than maybe the vocals, but the hallmarks of black metal to me I didn't really see in this song.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like,
yeah,
didn't hear a lot of the tremolo riffage. This was very well produced. It was almost, people are gonna kill me for this, but it was almost power metal-ish. You know, power metal.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like it didn't really strike me as a black metal song, but it must be a black metal song. Because
maybe it's the vocal style that makes it that way.
Huh?
Maybe the vocal style is what makes it that way.
Well, yeah, and it might be the band itself is a black metal band. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so because they're a black metal band, you know, they get classified as black metal. I don't know if they always sounded like this or if this was a new sound for them. I'm not sure. They did change the name of their band. Go back to that Trello thing.
They changed it from a C to a K. I remember that.
The bassist. Oh, this is established by the bassist and Dimmu Borgir. Okay. And Dimmu Borgir is another one of those.
It had members of other DB, Cradle of Filth, Mayhem.
Arcturus and Mayhem members joined for this album.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so it's
oh look, it's an example of
early symphonic BM, and it's more invoking of Christian satanic imagery than heathenism. Yeah, but it didn't really strike me as like true cult black metal. But it makes sense now that there's also the dude from DB in that band, because he, you know, they're not a like classical or first or second wave black metal band. Mm-hmm. I mean, they added the symphonic elements and such to it. So that makes sense. Okay, this is kind of power metal-y to me.
Yep.
You know, like singing about like ancient, you know, like goblets and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know completely what it was about. I mean, obviously from the beginning, the person wanted something pretty badly, and they were going through a lot to get it. I'm assuming that it was at the end it talked about like the empire, like they got like an empire. So I don't know if that's what the whole thing was all about.
Well, it looks like he's some sort of demonic entity. I am the conqueror in his petty paradise. Mm-hmm. Who is the his? I'm assuming that's God. Spinning around in a garden of lush blooming death.
Well,
point at the sun and I will be there, and the angels scattered and bleeding will be the fundament of my empire.
Yikes.
So like he's gonna build his empire on the bodies of bleeding angels.
Right, but he called himself the conqueror, so maybe he thinks he's gonna slay them. He's gonna find a way to overcome them.
Yeah, and that's obviously, you know, satanic imagery of Satan in the paradise destroying mm-hmm. God's paradise and all the rest of it. And, you know, fighting with angels, because in Revelation 12, Satan is fighting Michael and his angels, fought mm-hmm. the devil and his angels.
Yep.
So, it seems like this is speaking from the perspective of Satan, and of course, bringer of the sixth son.
Yep.
Is probably a double entendre, because it could be Son S-U-N or Son S-O-N. See what I'm saying? And in that sense, and 6 is the number of man and the number of the beast and all the rest of it. But this is a powerful. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I love the way that they worded stuff. Like, I drank a goblet of fire. I cut out the prophet's tongue, but still the sun refused to move. I tore a hole in the web of sanity.
Yeah.
The very fabric of life itself, but still this flesh refused to burn. But that was what, I loved the way that they worded it. I just didn't understand. Why was he wanting his flesh to burn?
Maybe he wanted to, because look at the next one. What a humble vision to forever dwell by the grace of the sun. Mm-hmm. So maybe in his mind it's humbling to have to have his existence be contingent on the sun. So maybe he wants to leave that and go into a spiritual form so that he can not be limited to natural limits. You know what I mean?
It seems like he wants the sun closer to him. Because the sun, he did all that stuff and the sun refused to move. Like, he drank a goblet of fire, when you think of fire and the sun and the heat and stuff.
Right.
So he drinks that, but still the sun didn't move. And then he does all this other stuff, but still his flesh refused to burn. If the sun moved closer to you, it would burn your flesh. Like, something he wants to get close to the moon. When he gathers the moon and the stars in my little pouch of planets. And this, I had no idea what that means. The what? The Renaissance of astral flesh? What does that mean?
Well, the stars and the planets would be then if the universe was a body,
Yeah.
The stars and the planets would be the flesh of that body. So I'm looking, because he's talking about astral, right? Mm-hmm. So the astral plane, and then the moon and the stars would be the astral flesh. I'm assuming.
Okay.
Because the next line is dripping and drooling with universal thirst, equilibrium going under in such an idle state of death, sowing the seeds of a new dimension. So it looks like this guy this being had a body that he's trying to get rid of, so that he can, because he's looking at it as once he gets rid of his body, he's going to get exalted to some higher plane, and that's when he can really do his damage. And then he goes to do war with angels.
Yeah,
and such.
he does all that to get to another dimension.
Right.
Yep.
Which it's interesting, because it looks like if you want to overcome God, it seems to me that this message here is that it's an inherently self-destructive enterprise, because he's got to destroy his flesh and drink fire and do all this other stuff to get to the level where he can operate on that astral plane. Mm-hmm. And it looks like that, the thirst for power and the thirst for glory and all that, it seems to me that this is like, it's self-destructive. Mm-hmm. And amidst all this forlorn beauty, I still laughed at the end.
I like the part where it was saying, I gathered the moon and the stars in my little pouch of planets. Because there's that verse that talks about like the ocean, he spanned it in his hand or something like that.
Right, yes.
Like God did that. So but the picture of like somebody gathering the moon and the stars, for some reason I pictured them like little marbles. Mm-hmm. The moon was inside of a marble. Everything was in a marble, and he gathered them all up and put them in his pouch. Like how ginormous you would be, how great you would be if you could actually do something like that.
Right.
But that was God-like language, obviously.
Well, this guy?
Yeah, to say that he did that.
Yeah. Yeah, that dude's a pretty big deal, whoever he is. Yeah, I just didn't see the. I
or
guess.
Woman, scroll up, look at the cover. Is she gathering stuff?
Right, that's true.
Yeah.
That looks like a female. That's true.
That'd be
a different one. That would definitely be a different one. So yeah, this didn't seem very black metal-y to me. Did it seem like black metal to you? Like, if you listen to it and go, "Oh, this is black metal."
Well, the vocal style. That's why I would say yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
But the black metal usually doesn't. It's hard to like hear and. Right?
Well, again, that
wasn't like this.
It was like that the first and second wave type black metal stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. This one is like, the genre has to grow. It can't keep being the same thing over and over again. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it's like, I'm not sure that this had like it seemed to me like Magua. I keep going back to Magua and Natushka, but Magua is kind of like, you could tell that the genre has grown. Mm-hmm. but at the same time, it's got those, you know, the tremolo picking and things like that that make it go, okay, this is still distinctly black metal, but it's something different from, you know, Dark Throne or Bursum or whatever. But I don't know if this one stayed within the black metal, you know, genre. I'm not sure. I don't know. But what do you give?
Let us know in the comments.
What do you give the song?
I'm an 8. I liked it.
Yeah, 7.5. I wish at the end, you know, if you're gonna be all atmospheric and melodic and stuff, like I wish the
Drag it out
girl
a
would have
little
been,
longer.
yeah, dragged out a little bit longer, type of thing. I love female
I was glad
vocals.
they put it in there.
I love like I love that stuff, especially when females are doing it. It's my favorite. I was telling you to do that with the Magua thing, so I can have my Magua remix.
Yep.
Are you ever gonna do that?
If I ever get past this cold.
Anyway, all right. Did you rate it already?
Yeah, I did. I gave it an 8.
What did I give it?
7.9.
I think
You
it
gave
was
it
a
a
7.6. 7.5. Then out.
Sorry out.
Gone.